Hello, hello, my illuminated soul. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get a message for our collective. So what is the strongest energy around our collective at this time? What messages do they need to hear that could bring any type of insight or clarity to their current situation? Let's get a message for our collective. All right. Right, so overall we have the Six of Discs, which is the Six of Pentacles, right? So a lot of times this shows generosity. It shows, people giving things to people, giving things to others. These are people who could possibly be in a position of power, who are, giving chances and opportunities and maybe even material, assets to others around them. So this is a time of, that you should be networking, reaching out. There will be doors opening for you, abundance coming in for you, but it will be coming through, possibly the hand of others, right? So sometimes we get caught up trying to do everything ourselves and we don't want to ask for help, but sometimes we don't realize that that helping hand could be the step up that we really need, right? And under that, we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups could be offers coming in, blessings coming in, abundance coming in, people giving you things, people, the universe, bringing things in for you. So this is a good time. This is a positive energy right now. And then we have the Three of Cups, right? So the Three of Cups is like partnerships coming together. It could be celebrations sometimes, but like I said, people around you, networking, partnerships. Like when you have been trying to do something for yourself for so long, but you've reached a plateau, then it might be time to reach out and get that helping hand and get a fresh perspective and get an outside view, or get someone who has the resources or the knowledge or the know-how or the connections, and then when you're in partnership, then you're able to grow more, right? And we have the Tower. So some people see the Tower and they're like, but I actually love the Tower. This is one of my favorite cards because the cards in the deck are not inherently good or bad. They all have two sides, just like people do, Nobody's just one-dimensional. We all have different, we're all multifaceted, right? So this card, just is things coming in, surprises, things being shaken up, changes being made, right? So, if you're putting yourself out there and you're networking and you're meeting new people and you're having these collaborations and you're working together, things start coming in for you and it's like magnetic, like opportunities and, things just start appearing for you out of nowhere. Doors just start opening and, it's amazing. Like I said, this energy that you're in right now is awesome. Like, so, take full advantage of this. When you're meeting people, if you have that feeling, if you just feel led to tell them something, like there's a reason, you're led to tell them that, because that person might have that missing link that you're looking for, that connection that you're looking for. They might have the material asset that you're looking for. There's been times where I've talked to people and I'm like, I don't even know why I'm telling them this, but I feel led to tell them. And after I told them, they either give me some piece of information or tell me something, or they're able to help me obtain something. Or, like that person that I told that to actually was able to help me. So, you do have to be discerning about the things you tell people, but sometimes it's also, we have to be discerning enough to know when we need help and when we need to be able to reach out to others, right? Because we can't do it all alone. If we were here to do it all alone, we wouldn't have the desire for partnerships and the desire to build family and community. We're social creatures. We're supposed to come together and work together. you know? So having partnerships and working and collaborating with others is, you know, how we make things come in faster. You know, when they say two heads are better than one, like imagine trying to manifest or achieve a certain goal, and it's not just you working towards it anymore. Now you have someone else working by your side. Like that helps it come in faster. That gives you more ideas, more resources, like more access to certain things. Like, you know, sometimes you just have to collaborate and reach out. Because we have this 5 of discs here, right? When we have this person right here, the 5 of discs is like being on the outside, you know, being out in the dark, being, you know what I mean, on the outside of things, on the outskirts, right? So if you're not going to collaborate with people, if you're not going to reach out to people, if you're not going to, you know what I mean, network and whatever, you're not going to get those connections. You're not going to have access to those resources. You're not going to be able to, you know, get your foot into certain spaces if you're out here solo and lonely and by yourself all the time, right? You're going to stay in this energy. And it's like the pentacles, you know, are right here. The material wealth and everything they desire is right here. But like, if you're here all alone and nobody's helped you or taught you how to access it, then, you know, you're still out here in the cold, you know? Or it's also can signify like, yeah, you might have this little wealth or whatever, or this little bit of abundance here, but you're still out in the cold by yourself unless, you know, you're collaborating with others, right? So I say this is a good energy right now. Working together, building community, you know, putting resources together to actually build something to help not only yourself, but to help others. That is a great energy for the collective right now. So, all right. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you soon.